Hey, what's going on, y'all? Josh Cathcart with Hitting Done Right. For this next video, I'm going to talk about tee placement. Okay, before we get started, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in any of the products that I endorse, check them out in the links in the description of the video, and check out my website for all my online analysis and customized practice plans. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Josh Cathcart with Hitting Done Right. For this next video, I'm going to talk about proper tee placement and contact points. Okay, it's one of the things when I get the online analysis sent in, a lot of times swings are messed up because the tee is set up improperly. Okay, you get kids that set the tee too high, you get them that set it too deep. They don't understand the proper contact points. All right, so you see these three baseballs. This would be away, this would be middle, and this would be in. All right, they are sitting at a diagonal. Now, the one thing to really understand, and I think that's lost a lot with parents that may not know, and with young players, is the contact point being proper is in relation to your front foot. Okay, so if I get into my stance right here, I can load, I can stride, I get my front foot down. Okay, now where the ball is in relation here is the contact point for this pitch that is away. Okay, if my front foot lands, I like to use kind of the front edge of home plate as just a guide. Okay, that ball is going to be inside of my front foot, kind of off of my front hip. And as I make contact, this barrel is going to be a little bit more behind my hands, allowing me to drive the ball the other way, which is crucial to be a good hitter. This pitch that's right down the middle is just going to be slightly out in front of my front foot. Okay, we're talking 2 to 3 inches in front. When I make contact with that, that barrel is going to be ever so slightly in front of my hands, or even with my hands. And then this pitch that is on the inside, this one's going to be more out in front of the front foot. Obviously coming through here, that barrel is going to be much more out in front of my hands to deliver the barrel and be able to pull to the pull side gap, down the line, wherever that may be. Okay, so that's the setup. Now, if you were going to have a player, let's say they step up and they're way up in the box, this diagonal would then move. All right, so that would be for a player that kind of gets way up here. Where home plate is in the middle of their body, the diagonal is going to be the same. But that pitch, inside of the front foot, off of the front hip, middle pitch, slightly out in front, and then inside pitch, a lot more out in front with the barrel. Okay? So pay close attention to that when you are working on certain pitches. These are the mistakes that I see a whole lot. Get these out of the way. Kids are going to get this tee and they're going to stick it right in the middle of home plate. And then they like to raise it up because everybody loves the high tee. We talk about how good a drill it is. The problem with this is now if I get in here and I go to swing at this, this ties me up. Okay, and now I've created a really bad habit getting that front arm chicken wing. I've done a couple posts on that here recently, but this is a huge mistake. Okay, putting the ball in the middle of home plate. If you're going to do that, that would mean that you're going to be way back here and then stride in, so that would be in this impact position there. So that's mistake number one. Okay, mistake number two that I see a whole lot is this inside pitch. People are putting right on that inside corner. Now, if I take my normal stride and get in here, I feel like I have to suck my hands in to try to get to this pitch. Obviously, you don't have to be a hitting coach to realize that's not what we want to do. That's not where impact needs to be. So it starts to create a lot of bad swing habits, right? With a quality swing, we have to create space, meaning into our launch position. We want to stretch our body out and then we have to create space underneath here. We have to create space on the backside so that we can work. We don't want to lose that space coming into impact. This would just be like getting blown up on an inside fastball in a game, okay? Not very comfortable. Next one, the outside corner. They don't want to move it deep enough, and so they end up putting that ball right on the outside corner, but it's not deep enough. So you get kids that stride here and they end up reaching for this, coming around that outside pitch, hooking it on the ground to the shortstop or third base. All right, so tee setup, critical for getting your swing smooth, consistent, proper. All right, this is a pretty easy guide. This mat actually has the diagonals on it, which is pretty cool. This mat's from Tanner Tees, and they've got the lines on it, so you could set it up. But make sure that you understand contact point in relation to where this front foot lands, okay? So again, if I'm coming in here and I stride way out, this pitch would be fine. It's back here. But if I was going to be one of these that strides to the front edge of home plate, that's not what we want to be doing. All right, so I hope that information helps. Get those tees set up right. If you have questions over this, let me know, because not everybody stands in the same place in the box, both back to front and up on the plate and back. While I'm on that, now that I just said it, I'm going to talk about that for just a second too, okay? Lots of kids get too close to home plate, okay? Changing gears on you a little bit, all right? Just a thought that came across. They get too close because they're worried about this outside pitch, okay? Well, if I'm standing with my toes on the line, y'all, and I got right here, my normal swing, the barrel is outside of home plate, just right here, okay? Look where that covers. My handle is across the middle of home plate. One way that I like to measure this is back point and then get into your hitting posture, okay? Which means as I come down and get into launch, the spine angle I set, and then right here if that's comfortable. Then take the bat in your right hand or rear hand if you're lefty, obviously the other way. Come down, get to connection, and then just turn. Don't reach out, just start to turn, and that's going to cover it. That is a really good distance. If I did need to go off the plate a little bit, I could. All right, so set up on the plate, critical. Probably should do a whole video on that. But tee placement, understanding contact points, and realizing where we are in the box, you will alleviate a lot of bad swing habits that are formed because the tee simply isn't set up right. So, hope the information helps. Y'all be good. Boom.